He's a young kid who has really no chance to make this roster, but they're high on him. To me, this is a roster already pretty well set. I mean, they have every position you would think lined up, but you never know about injury, and sometimes these guys get chances. He's opening up some eyes right now. Plus, I love the name.
Well, you know what? I mean, he might be a guy down the road, not that far down the road, but down the road when guys get hurt, they always get hurt. That's the one thing that happens in hockey and in football is you're going to get opportunities because guys get hurt, and so that's the most important thing is be ready and also prove that you deserve a shot.
Well, he played well tonight. Let's go out to Pete in Squirrel Hill. Hello, Pete. How are you?
Hey, guys. How are you tonight?
We're good. Thank you for calling.
Hey, Paul, about Fitzpatrick changing the entire season, being a safety, you never know. He might turn out to be Ronnie Lott. Stranger things happen. The reason I'm calling tonight, Bob, this is something a little bit different. Are you aware of the fact that if you remove Patrick Mahomes from the equation, there's never been a quarterback from that conference, Bob, that has ever done anything in the NFL?
The Big 12 you're talking about, yeah.
Is that abnormality, or what do you think it is?
I don't know. That's a good question. But Mahomes does count, by the way.
Right.
And he's been terrific.
If you want to go back to the days.
Baker Mayfield counts, by the way.
80 years.
But Baker Mayfield counts, too, and he's doing, pretty well so far.
He's not good, Bob. He's an imbecile. He's not going anywhere.
We'll see.
It's obvious. Every time he has a bad game and the press asks him about it, he assaults the press.
But he's still very talented, and he's now their franchise guy. Thanks, Pete. I don't know. I just know Patrick Mahomes is real good, and I hope Mason Rudolph is. I do like Mason Rudolph's character right now, his confidence, his ability to say, I'm ready for this, and his confidence should help him.
Yeah. I guess some of it is they do the spread offenses. Are we not counting Vince Young, I guess? Is he?
No, I mean, there are guys.
I mean, there's some guys. There's been overall, but I mean, there have been a few guys that have had a little bit of success in the NFL from the Big 12.
Everybody's different too, so I'm not going to put them all in one little, same thing and say that just because they're in that conference. There are people from other conferences too who've had success. Some haven't. Some have been high draft picks. Let's go to JB in Squirrel Hill. What's up, JB?
Oh, hey, how are you guys?
We're good, thanks.
Okay, good. I have two things actually. All right, so Colbert. Who's doing the defensive drafting? Is it Colbert? Because
both.
The offensive drafting is really good. The defense has been really bad, so that's one thing. Narducci, I mean, the only thing dumber than the decision to go for the field goal is his continued defense of the decision. Heather,
I agree.
Step in here and fire this guy immediately. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
All right. That there is no defense for that, and I would have liked to seen him own that. When you make a call like that, there really is no defense. You can't say that's the right move. And I got to believe, Paul, and you're an honest man, if you would have gone to every member of that starting 11 on offense at the time and asked them what they thought or what they wanted, what would they have said?
Well, they obviously want to go for it. And the other part about it is a lot of times when these calls happen, you see, there's a percentage of people that actually defend them. So even though we could sit here and say, the decision to go for it or this or that or the other thing, there's usually a defense of. I've not heard one person other than Pat Narduzzi defend the decision to kick a field goal there. There's no defense of it. I mean, the other part of it is what is that all about?
It's a PA. You're not supposed to say you heard it.
I heard it. Anyway.
You're a trained professional.
Yes. Usually that's the first time I've ever heard it. Generally, if you think about it, if you really want to play to win there, which is what his entire premise is, then go for two.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to
score and
game,
go for two.
Go for two.
Exactly. And guess what? If you go for two, you're winning.
All right, we have some tweets in. George Lochner says Galchenyuk is going to be a 35-plus goal scorer. He's a stud. Well, he was drafted that way, number 3 overall, I believe it was, with the Montreal Canadiens. So hopefully he can do that. And then Avenger 911. This is in comment to what I said about Aaron Boone winning 100-plus. He goes, yeah, but he won it with Billy Martin's players. LOL. That's a nice comment. I like that. All right, let's go to line 5. It's Tim in McKeesport. What's up, Tim? How you doing?
Hey, well, I watched the game tonight. It's crazy. Last year at this time, we were hoping Daniel Sprong was going to make the team.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing 5 or 6 NHL caliber players easily in the next year or two making the team. Between Laguerre, these guys need a year or two in the minors. But, I mean, in 2 years, you're going to have no problem replacing Rust and Bukestad. When these mid-level $4 million guys need contracts, you can get rid of them. And
it's a nice luxury to have if you can, and their minor leagues have been good over the years. They've done a good job not only developing but also winning down there at that level. So I do think.
Well, I mean, this year it looks really promising.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Lafferty looks good. Agnelo's a possibility.
Yeah, Lafferty scored a couple or one goal. I forget what he did too the other night. He's a good young player. And Paul, to your point, if there's an injury or two, and we've seen this over the years with guys like Scott Wilson at the time who was called up, even Brian Rust, even Connor Sherry, they get an opportunity when maybe you need somebody to come in, and then all of a sudden they take advantage of it.
Well, that was why if you look at the difference between what they do and what the Pirates do, they draft and develop guys well. So even though they do trade a lot of their prospects and picks away, they do that a lot. They always seem to have guys in their system that are ready to play. And that's because they develop the right way. They draft and they develop the right way. And that's what you have to do. That's why even though they, quote, unquote, go all in at the trade deadline, they're not mortgaging their future or whatever. I mean, they really are legitimately, they know they have guys coming in that are going to help.
They do, and the Pirates have struggled with all these guys they bring up from AAA pitching, and they can't get some of these names. The other day, I was looking at the game, and I said, Jerez, who is this? Where did he come from?
How about today they had like Brent Morrell's cousin or something in right field. What was that guy's name that was in right field? Lenny Elmore or something? I mean, where's this guy come from? You've got guys that are, honestly, Bob, that's the other, is true story. I think it was last night they used 6 pitchers. 4 of them, if you went to their profile on ESPN, they were wearing a different hat because they had been cut and just picked up by the Pirates.
That's how it is right now with the Pirates. We're due for a break. We'll take it. Come back with more right here on Pittsburgh CW.